So today we're going to go through 4 of my favourite GTIs from highest to lowest in terms of price to help you guys out in the car market. So for this is going to be the 40th GTI, the Mark 7, the MK7.5 TCR, the Clubsport S, the sort of one-off limited run with no back seats, and the Mark8 45 edition, which I have driven on my channel. So let's get straight into this, go from highest to lowest to help you out on the market. So we're going to start straight away with the 40th edition. It's such a car which I love so much, to be honest with you. I have a MK7 Golf R myself. It's a 3-door manual, and when I was looking at the time back sort of 2016, 2017, this car was top of my list. Unfortunately, I was priced out because they're a little bit more limited, and that's just where the market was. More people had heard of the GTI at the time than they had of the R. Now, prices have been all over the place, as you've possibly seen from other videos of mine. Computer chip issues, new car sales are really far down. I'm filming this on the 5th of October, but registrations just have not taken place in September as they normally would. But anyway, highest to lowest. I'm hoping to have a 40th edition on the channel actually as well. I'm talking to an owner about that, so hopefully that should go ahead in October. So yeah, please like the video and share it. It just helps to build more content on the channel. That's basically what you can do. It's a community channel. That's how I kind of want it to be. Most expensive 40th. Now this car list was sort of just over 30, I think it was 32, so they were quite high. 260 brake horsepower, 290 on overboost, that's how they work, front wheel drive. The most expensive one today, although Trader does say it's a higher price, is 31,900. That's for a DSG 3-door. It looks like it's been quite aggressively modified as well, sort of on the outside. I actually personally love the way these cars look stock, both inside and out. Mainly out. Then got another one just over 30,000, quite nice. I can't see any sort of manuals popping up. 29,000, so quite high around list. These cars have done 40,000 miles on that one, so very high prices. Very good if you've got one, not so good if you're looking to get one. A lot of these are DSGs. I'm personally more of a manual fan, particularly with these type of cars. The cheapest manual, you're looking at 27,000 here, so a lot of money. A lot of money for the most expensive one, and that's kind of where we're at. But if we look at the cheapest, because it's a good idea to get a good gauge of where we're at with this. I think I've seen this one before actually. So 18,900 at a great price, but it has done 82,000 miles. But at the same time, for just under 19 grand, particularly where the market is at the moment, to have a car, if you treated that as like a special car, I know it's done a lot of miles, and if it's been well looked after, you could be in for a decent one. Let's quickly take a look at it, because I love the wheels. I've looked before about getting those wheels fitted to my Mark7, but I've kept it stock. I'm more of a stock person, I'll be honest with you. You probably may or may not know on my channel. Great wheels, the car looks great. You did get sort of like the wing back seats, something which I feel was missing a little bit in the Mark8, the 45 I drove. I thought the seats were great, but they're ultimately just available from other models in the range. These seats are basically very similar to ones that I have in my Mark7 Golf R. Looks obviously with a different stripe down the middle, and it's got an Alcantara wheel as well, which unfortunately does wear quite quickly, as you'd probably expect. But a cool car. This one's a DSG, and for less than 19 grand, keeping an eye on that one. But 82,000 miles is probably pushing it, if I'm honest. And then there's one here for 22,000. But quite a rare car, something that I love, and I'm quite passionate about it. Hopefully it'll happen on the channel soon. I can show you it and take you for a drive, and also hopefully a Q&A with the owner and share that on the channel. That's where we are on that one. Next up, Clubsport S. So highest, Clubsport S. If you're not familiar with this car, it's 2 seats, 306 horsepower. Held the Nürburgring lap time record as well. I'm pretty much obsessed with this car, mainly because it's like a supercar in a GTI with GTI running costs. It ticks a lot of boxes for me. And the most expensive one is £42,000. These cars were about sort of like £34,000 new. £42,000 for this 4,000 mile car. They all came in 3-door manual with Pretz. There wasn't really any options you could fit to the Clubsport at all. You sort of like as is basically, which is absolutely fine. You've got the wing back seats as standard, and you'll see the difference. You can get these in the 40th, it's just harder to find. There's your lacquer back seats too. Side seals as well, and that's what a Mark8 owner actually mentioned to me. They don't have those on the 45, the Clubsport, which I thought was a little bit weird. But 42 grand, it's steep. Obviously it's not going to be as practical as a normal GTI. There's quite a few up there for sort of in the 40s, to be honest with you, and actually there's not that many cars for sale. There's only 5, so it's not going to take us long to find the cheapest, which looks to be this one, Clubsport S, 221 of 400. I think it was 400 worldwide and 150 in the UK. 34,000 is actually pretty good. That's tempting as the lowest. I'll be tempted in that. Red, white, black, only colours you can choose from. The white one is more memorable to me just because I remembered it setting Nürburgring lap times and seeing it on like Evo magazine as well. Yeah, oh man, what a car. This one, 28,000 miles, has been nicely driven. I actually think I saw this car, this exact car up for about a year ago. It was literally a year ago, and it was up for £27,000. Because obviously everything that we were into second lockdown and stuff, I was very tempted, and I wish I had gone for it, because look at it, 34 grand. Yeah, that's just what happens with the crazy car market. You didn't get like an armrest or like, there was a few things that you didn't get because obviously it's all more weight saving, but what a car, looks great. Looks great in all the colours, to be fair. What a cool piece of kit. Oh, look at those seats. Right, I'm going to stop drooling over the Clubsport S. So yeah, it gives you an idea. So where are we up to at first? So £42,000 highest, £34,000 lowest, and for the 40th edition it was £19,000 lowest, and highest £32,000, but I'm not so sure on the modification, so let's just say it was £30,000 for this one. It looks quite nice, to be fair. We're going to move straight on to the Mark 8, a car I've driven on the channel. Check that out, I'll leave all the links in the description. Check that out. I've had a Q&A with the owner, first drive. I loved it, I thought it was great. There's only 2 cars for sale. One is £48,000, the other's £42,500. So there's your highest to lowest, not many about. They've stopped selling these on the VW website. New price was £39,700. Once you put any options on it, you sort of like 41, 42,000. Back in the time when people were ordering these, they would have got some discounts, so it would have been a little bit more money off. But fundamentally, this has had an uplift of about £5,000–6,000 straight away. But this car is brand spanking new with literally no miles. They looked good. The Akrapovic exhaust sounded great. I'll leave the review to my thoughts on it. But that's where we are on the 45th. Now we go to the end, and a car that I haven't driven and a car that I would love to drive is the TCR, because these cars are a little bit more different. They sort of changed the name a little bit. I believe they were only available in DSG. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I don't think they made any manual versions of this. And I believe most of them, like 99%, were 5 doors as well. I think a few 3 doors sort of appeared early on, and then they just cut it off. This is when the whole no one wanted 3-door cars anymore. Hence why I probably have a 3-door, to be honest. 7.5 only, so you got the facelift for the Mark 7. 38,200 for one of these. That's rich. For reference, this is my reaction to these, because all I do is I load it up on Auto Trader, don't look at anything, and then I put the camera on just to see what it's like. So you're getting a real-time reaction. Great looking car. I love the colour in that. This one's, didn't have the Alcantara wheel. A lot of them came with Akrapovic exhausts as well. If you do have a TCR and you'd like me to feature it on the channel with a Q&A, just drop me a DM or an email. Just check out the About section on my YouTube channel. Subtle like a GTI, but obviously this one didn't have any confusing overboost like the 40th. Just sort of 290 PS up front. Let's see the lowest. I'm intrigued to know this one. 28,000 is the cheapest. It does have an Akrapovic exhaust. There's not many in the 20s actually, so let's look at this one. On the Akrapovic exhaust, for reference, and that's why I've mentioned it before when I've driven a Mark 8 Golf R and when I've driven the Mark 8 45 edition, the Clubsport. It's full titanium. It's a proper sorted system. It's a system that VW themselves charge over £3,000 for as an option. But there's the Akrapovic exhaust. Seats are still the same, so there's less unique. It's like VW basically stopped making it really unique, if that made sense, because ultimately that just adds to the cost. So that's why I've always kind of been in the limelight, where you look at like the 40ths and you look at like the Clubsport S. That was kind of where, and 2016 in general, that sort of period, was where I think cars were at their sweet spot. Personally, that's just where I'm from. And then more rules and legislations came in, and emissions and everything just ruined everything, the fun out of cars. Which is why I want to show these for